இன்னும் என்னடா யோசிக்கிற? There is nothing to think so much மச்சான். தைரியமா போ. ட்ரஸ்டபிள்ரா. 3 வருஷத்துக்கு முன்னாடி என்ன பார்த்துருக்கல, இப்போ நான் பார்க்குறல்ல. How confident I am because I have taken a right decision. நான் கொடுத்த அட்ரஸ் போய் விசிட் பண்ணு. You will have a personal care from them.
எல்லா பேஷண்ட்ஸுக்கும் பர்சனல் கேர் தராங்க. 30 years of proven medical records. All eye care treatment under one roof. அதான் ஆர்கே ஐ சென்டரோட ஸ்பெஷாலிட்டி.
My dear children of God, it is my pleasure to be with you all once again for this episode, How to Lead a Life That Would Be Pleasing to Our Lord. The past few weeks we have been discussing on the topic God who speaks. In the week before last, we saw that God spoke to mankind through audible words, through visions, through dreams, right from Adam and to every generation and every descendants. And last week I shared on the topic how God can make us hear even though the other people would be talking something else. Yes, they would be talking something else, but God can make you to hear the way in which He wants you to hear. That is what I shared. And if you want to listen to all these episodes, you can always visit YouTube NARENDRANATH or website www.divine2.asia. In this week I want to talk to you how God spoke to me directly on 21/04/2005. I still remember the date because I wrote it down on my Bible. As I was sharing last week, during that year 2005, I was going through a terrible time in both family situations as well as in business situations. I was being buffeted by problems all around and down and out, I must say. As I was sharing with you last week, during this period, God was encouraging me through some two people talking to each other and making me to hear in such a way that it was all positive. Like whatever happens, happens for good finally. In one of the conversations I heard like that. In another conversation I heard like, so what if something goes wrong? Finally it will be good, it will be well off. Something like that. So I was getting sort of encouraged, and I shared again last week. I was going through this terrible finger injury problem. I was about to lose my thumb. It was at that time I realized how important our thumb is. Even to button our shirt we need thumb. Even for brushing you need thumb. Even for holding spoon you need thumb. All these things, to hold a mug you need thumb. All these things I realized when I was going through this problem because I could take bath. It was all putrefied and was smelling. I was about to be taken for a surgery later, which I shared last week. But even before that, when I was so down and out, I was driving my car all alone from T Nagar bus stand to my house at North Usman Road. In those days, you couldn't go directly onto the Usman Road. You have to take a right and go parallel on Dandabani Street and then reach North Usman Road near Panagal Park. So as I took my car onto Dandabani Street, I still remember on this day, 21st April 2005, a small voice was telling me to meditate on Psalm 23. I don't know whether it was audible or I was prompted to dwell. I don't know because there was no other person, unlike the earlier times, to tell me whether they too could hear. In fact, we see that even in Acts of Apostles 9th chapter, when Paul was encountering Jesus Christ on his way to Damascus. He could hear the voice very clearly, but those who traveled with him could hear only a sound. So I don't know what it was, but I could hear very clearly, asked me to meditate on Psalm 23. I knew it by heart because when I was young, for everything I used to tell Psalm 23 and do. If it is my exam, I will meditate on Psalm 23 before I open my question paper. It was for any job interview. I used to tell Psalm 23 and enter into interview room. If it's any quotation that I quoted for my business, I will meditate on Psalm 23 and go. So this was by heart for me. So when God asked me to tell it out, I just rushed through like, the Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. God chided me. He said, why are you rushing? Go. This was a conversation I had, unique conversation. So he said, why are you rushing? Go section by section. So I said, what is this? First verse is, Lord is my shepherd, and I paused. Then God started interacting. He said, so many people will have so many shepherds. The student will have lecturer. The lecturer will have HOD. So many hierarchies will be there. They are all the heads. But to you, whom do you think you is your head? It was then slowly but steadily I started getting the message what God was trying to communicate to me. He himself is going to be my shepherd. So I should not be worried. It is not that I call him as shepherd. He says, I am your shepherd. There's a lot of difference. So that gave me a lot of enthusiasm. I lack nothing. When I said I lack nothing, again he said, you are worried about so many things. You are worried about how you are going to complete this project that you have taken, whether you will meet all the financial needs. Both the children were studying at that time, the elder one in medicine and the younger one in engineering college. I was sort of worried again I should have them complete their education and for me to pay their fees and later on to settle in their life. And I should not be a burden to them. I should not go and ask any money from them. So all these worries were going on in my mind. So he said, you lack nothing. Don't ever think that you are going to have your hand like this. I will always make your hand to be like this. You know why? I am going to be your provider. My dear children of God, it was at the age of 53 I heard this, and today I am 73 and he is still meeting all my requirements without me leaning on to any of my children or family. So he's our father. Father takes care of the children as how we take care of our children. So our heavenly Father will take care of us, and he assured me that day. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Then he said, you are worried about from where your business will come, which castings your client will ask you to make. This is what your worry. But I will see to that all these things are met. Like how a sheep would need grass for it to survive, you need business. I will see to that it is given to you. And besides still quiet waters. At the time I was only thinking that money will meet all my requirements. Again he chided me. You are only after money. You don't realize that apart from money, so many other things you need. Your health, your family, your children's education, so many things. Like how a sheep would like to have, apart from grass, water also. Similarly, you need so many things. So don't worry, I will take care of all such things. It was a solace and a comfort. He refreshes my soul. That's what he was doing at that time. My soul was down and out. He was refreshing me. He guides me along the right paths. So whenever we tend to do some mistakes, he always chides us, corrects us. That also he told me. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil. That's what he told me. Now we are going through terrible time, tough time, dark times. But don't worry, don't fear any evil. You know why? My rod and my staff, they will comfort you. So that was a great encouragement for me, as how he had comforted Abraham. I'll be your shield. I'll be your protector. In Genesis 15 chapter, when he was so scared of the 5 kings whom he defeated the previous night, would come and attack him. So God told him, I'll be your shield. Don't be worried. Similarly, here he tells to me about my situation. Though everything looks bleak, don't worry. I will take care of you. Yes, it is true that you are going through darkest time. You are about to go through a surgery. You are worried about your finances. You are worried about your future. You are worried about your business. Don't worry. I will take care and I will protect you from all the harm through my staff and rod. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My dear children of God, as I shared with you earlier, though I was doing aluminum pressure die casting at that time, I was not in this field earlier. It was not that my forefathers were in that business and it was handed over to me. No, I was a first generation entrepreneur and I was into government job to start with, as I shared with you earlier. Later with private organization executing several turnkey projects. Now having come into this die casting with a big machine like a Benz car, to say from a machine, sophisticated machine importer from Italy, people are jealous. So he said, I will protect you, administer your enemies, I will anoint your head with oil and my cup will overflow. We don't pour to the overflowing level, only God can keep on pouring, and today I can vouch my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. I was so happy. God said, till you close your eyes here on earth, goodness and mercy will follow. I was relaxed because that's what I was wishing for. Then finally a child came. What is the last verse? He said. I said, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Then he said, the moment you close your eyes here on earth, you will open it there with me. What's your problem? So my dear children of God, our God is a God of encourager. Even when we go through tough times, it's always there to help us. And this, if you ask me, was it audible? I don't know. And similar experience I didn't get later. And when I was sharing with one of my friend why he didn't give, he was telling, when a child is sick, mother will keep touching. With fever, if it is there, she will keep touching. But once when the child is well, she is not going to keep touching. Now you are hale and healthy, so he is not interacting with you like how he interacted then. So my dear children of God, my request and advice would be, don't get worried. Our God is a God who encourages us and protects us. If you want to see the other episodes, I already shared, YouTube, NARENDRANATH. Till I meet you again, I take leave. Thank you.
Appointment வாங்கிட்டல?
வாங்கிட்டேன்க்கா.
Hey, why are you getting nervous? Last month பிரியா குட்டியோட அங்க தான் விசிட் பண்ணேனா. எக்கனாமிக்கல்டா. இன்சூரன்ஸ் கூட கிளைம் பண்ணிக்கலாம். Premature babiesல இருந்து old age people வரைக்கும் விசிட் பண்ற ஒரு இடம்.
எல்லா பேஷண்ட்ஸுக்கும் பர்சனல் கேர் தராங்க. 30 years of proven medical records. RK Eye Center டி நகர்ல இருக்கிறதுனால accessible to all places.
Youngsters, you guys must take the right decision at the right time with the right people.